From your revelation, listen carefully, my friend.
So
From your revelation, no.
The
The question has always been the same, which you're trying to avoid, but it's okay. Speaker's corner, isn't
No,
it?
you still not understood
Okay,
what
listen.
I'm saying.
My friend, listen. From your revelation, when you say your revelation speaks about one God, and there's a unity of this one God, and the Father is identified as the only true God, my question to you, using revelation, is the Father one God or part of this one God?
You can't divide God into parts.
So what's the answer?
What do you mean? There is one God.
I'm talking about the Father. Is he part of this one God,
What do you mean
or
parts?
is he the
There are
one
no
God?
Parts. There are no parts in God. In the absolutely transcendent God, there are no parts.
So is the Father
It's
partless?
revelational.
Is the Father partless?
It's, why when we talk of Father, there is yes revelation.
Is the
In
Father
the absolutely transcendent God,
okay?
there is a Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
I'm talking about only the
And that
Father.
we know.
Only the Father.
You can't do that.
Jesus did.
You can't know about Jesus because he's the Son of God.
Right. So when
So
Jesus
you-
spoke about the
are you
Father
saying-
only,
You're saying
Listen.
Jesus did, so you can do.
oh,
You
if
can
Jesus
say,
spoke,
can you say I'm the Son of God?
if Jesus says
That's crazy.
Father, I can talk about the Father individually. Can I not? He did.
No, you can't.
So did the disciples.
No, you can pray Jesus through Jesus.
Sorry. When you distinguish the Father and talk about the Father, I can do the same as well.
But do it. Let's see how you distinguish.
Good. So the Father in your belief in God,
Oh, no,
is
you talk
he
about my belief. You do it.
in the Christian scripture,
So
is
when
the
you don't-
Father part of one God or is he
Okay,
one God?
God does not have parts. He's a unity, one God.
I'm not talking about God, I'm talking about the Father. Is it difficult for you to understand?
He's a revelationally.
I'm saying from Revelation,
God reveals himself
okay,
as
listen,
Father,
the
Son, and Holy Spirit.
problem that I find here, you're not listening to me carefully.
You're
I am not
listening to
talking
me,
about,
You don't understand what I'm saying.
I am talking about some person called the Father. This Father identified by Jesus
can't
as the...
separate. You can't know the Father without the Son.
Excuse me, Jesus separated the Father when he said, you are the only true God.
Yeah.
Did he do that?
Jesus can do that.
Right. So,
So,
according to Jesus, is the Father part of one true God, or he is the true God
You
himself?
got the wrong question.
You are so difficult, aren't you?
I am,
Yeah.
because you don't understand.
Yeah. So what part of my
Let me-
question did you not
No,
understand?
I understand your question. Your question is just does not address the situation.
Again, what? Why are you unhappy to answer my question?
You have created, you're trying to understand Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit through a paradigm which is Islamic. You won't get it.
I asked you a simple question. Why
I'm
did you bring
telling you-
Islam in here?
It is.
I'm asking you.
Because I know you are talking to
Okay.
that.
Simple question then to you.
We have an evidence
According to-
that the
okay,
absolute- Allah
okay,
is- we believe
okay.
that Allah is absolutely transcendent.
Okay. Can you answer me a simple question?
in
Can you?
Revelation,
Okay.
He reveals us that God
Is there three persons in your God?
Unity in diversity.
Excuse me.
God is Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. And Jesus is the incarnation of the Son.
How many persons in your God?
Reveal himself to be three.
So, in your one God, how many persons?
Not in God. You know,
In the one God that you believe in. The scripture says you believe in one God. That's what you say. How many persons are in this one God?
Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
How many?
The Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Can you tell me numbers? How many persons?
Tell me. It's a unity and diversity.
Excuse me.
You can't bifurcate them into numbers.
Excuse me.
See,
Is the Father the Son?
You know what?
Is the Father the Son?
No, the Father is not.
So Father is distinct. So you have one distinct what? Being or a person?
Okay,
The Father.
The Father.
Since the Father is not the Son, they're distinct from each
They
other.
are distinct and yet one.
Wait. The
Jesus
Father,
said, I and the Father
Excuse
are
me,
one.
excuse me.
He is one with the Father.
is the Father the Son?
He's not this. No.
Thank you. So they are distinct.
And they are the one. They are one.
Wait, let's talk about the distinction. Because they are
You
distinct,
can't understand that distinction.
don't tell me what I don't understand or I can
You
understand.
can't. You can
Excuse
just
me.
see you're talking numbers.
Excuse me. Is the Father a person?
Yeah.
How many person is he?
How many times will I tell you? Father is a person.
How many person is he?
Son-
1, 2, 3 million. How many?
Son is a person.
Excuse me.
The Holy Spirit is person.
How many persons?
3 persons.
Thank you.
One
It took us
God.
10 minutes almost to get that question
One God.
answered from you. Thank you.
I know, you're not understanding.
Thank you. So now we have 3 persons in one God.
I said persons, okay?
That's what I'm saying.
One God
Did I not say that?
revealing himself as 3 persons.
Okay. Did I not say that? So
What did I say? Did you hear that?
So
No.
you believe in one God
Did you
revealing
hear
as
that?
3
Did you
persons.
understand that? Did you hear what I said? God, one God revealing himself in 3 persons.
That's
Father,
what I'm saying. 2.
But you're forgetting the one part.
Did you not hear what I'm saying? That's
No, I
concentrate.
didn't hear you say that.
I am saying you believe in one God revealing himself in 3 persons.
Father,
Did I get that right? Good. So now, there are 3 persons in one God in your belief. Do you agree or disagree? You agree. Father is, no, I'm going to ask you because I have my first question I'm going to ask again now in light of this new,
you're trying to satisfy
excuse
your
me,
Muslim brothers.
no, I'm speaking to you.
That's right. They're
I'm
going
speaking
to
to
remain
you.
confused.
I'm speaking to you. I'm
Okay,
speaking to you.
okay.
So now,
Speak to me.
Yaqub, Father is not 3 persons, it's 1 person.
Yeah.
Right.
No, that's revelational. That's what I'm telling
Yes, according to your revelation. Right.
so what's
Not
the problem?
according to Superman.
you. So what's your
According
problem?
to,
Jesus said,
excuse me,
address
Listen,
God
listen,
as Father.
listen.
Abba Father.
Listen.
Jesus called God as Daddy.
concentrate.
Well,
Thank you.
Listen to me too, so we can.
But I haven't finished my argument. As I started initially,
said that I
you
wanted
kept
to-
on, no.
I said that.
I
you're
started asking you one question and it's taking me about half an hour to get through. So now we have Jesus identifies only true God.
I hope it is still working. Or maybe I ran out of charge. I might have run out of charge. Okay.
So we have Jesus Christ in the New Testament.
Well, I hope you will.
So you can watch it. Several cameras are recording. So we have Jesus Christ in the New Testament identifying the only true God, not a God or many gods, only true God. Only true God means only true God. How many person, according to Jesus, is the only true God?
When he said that to God the Father, right? And he was talking to God. And Jesus
I'm
said,
asking you a question.
70, no, don't try to trick me or trap me. I know all this thing.
So you know tricks and
John,
traps.
Yeah, I know all about that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I know.
Is this how they teach you to be a missionary like that?
And I know this is how they teach you to trick and trap.
No, it's not about trick and trap. Asking a
I
simple
heard your
question.
videos, and you try to fool innocent Christians walking.
Oh, fooling innocent Christians.
Yeah,
No.
but because
Okay,
they're not
fine.
trained to debate.
So answer my
I am
question,
trained
please.
to debate. I
Okay.
know how to do it.
I can clearly see that. You're avoiding my questions clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Jesus prayed to God. You are the only Father. You are the only true God. Only true God. But when we have to understand that it's a personal relationship, relationally, he's not excluding himself from that relationship of divinity. When you say only, that excludes only the pantheon of gods. And what were in the pantheon of gods? The Greek gods, the Roman gods, and false conceptions of God, like God cannot become a man. That's a false kind of conception. So Allah would fall in that category too. So only the one who is true God is whom Jesus calls his Father. So if Allah does not have a son, Allah is not the true God. Because Jesus addresses God as his Father. Got that? That was the pantheon. See, for example, if I say,
Remember, you answered my question,
yeah,
right?
if I am the only one who is talking, that doesn't mean that I'm contrasting with everybody else who are not talking. You have to contrast who are there.
So if
when
you're the
Jesus-
only one talking, is someone else talking?
No, let me explain the only meaning of only.
Okay, only doesn't mean only then. Okay.
Contrast with something else. And the contrast was between God the Father and pantheon of gods. Jesus does not come into this pantheon of gods. So Jesus was not saying, I am not true God. He was saying, all these gods that people worship, they are false. Because only the Father is the true God. And Jesus is not excluding himself from that. I hope you put that on YouTube.
Okay,
Because
now,
nobody has answered that to you.
hang on.
Nobody has explained that to you.
Okay, slow down.
I know.
Please, please.
I
So
know
now,
nobody has explained that to
okay,
you.
hang on. Don't try to praise yourself too much.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
Here is,
I'm not praising, I'm concerned.
here's what I've
because
understood.
I want to
Excuse me.
dispel this misunderstanding.
Here's my understanding of it. I asked you a question, which is, according to Jesus,
I explained your answer. I gave you an answer
what was my question?
about true God.
No, what was my question?
You said about true God
No,
that
what was my question? Repeat, please.
you said Jesus said that you are the only one true God.
No, that wasn't my question. Try to remember what was my question. So all the time you
So
actually...
now you're changing another.
So,
Okay,
no.
next question.
Excuse me. Be fair and be honest and be sincere. Be a man of integrity. I walk away when people see with no integrity, right?
But you see me with some integrity.
Some.
Your point.
One second.
Can I hear your point?
But he made his point. I want to make my point, right? Thank you. So I asked you a question, and obviously you answered a totally different question that I didn't ever ask.
Oh, what was the question?
Let me repeat again my question.
What's the-
According to Jesus Christ, how many person is the only true God?
He didn't answer that question. He did not answer that.
In his answer or statement, the answer is already embedded. He says, the Father, you are the only true God. That's why I asked you before.
And he is contrasting.
Can I-
that.
can I-
I gave you an
Can
answer.
I finish?
You said I didn't.
Could you kindly not interrupt when I'm talking,
But
right?
you said I didn't answer.
Excuse
you
me.
answered that question.
Could you be gentleman enough and let me finish? Thank you. I asked you, how many person is the Father? Is it 3 person or 1 person? You agreed the Father is 1 person. You agreed the Father is 1 person. So if the Father is the only true God and the Father is 1 person, according to Christ, how many person is the true God?
Jesus didn't say you are the only person who is God.
Oh, wait,
He said
wait.
You are the only true God in contrast to the
Wait.
pantheon of gods. You
Wait,
not understanding.
wait. If
I answered you.
listen, Jacob, stop dancing around.
I'm
If
working
I-
on my training,
no,
man. I've-
Come to,
my-
bring your bags.
That's why I just
Bring your bags.
I don't know how people are.
No, Paris. Bring your bags.
Sir.
Now, here.
Sir.
If I say you are the only true professor of mathematics, can there be any other professor of mathematics?
But that you can contrast to mathematicians. But if
Can
you
there
are-
be any other professor of mathematics
Yeah,
if you are the only
there
true
can be
mathematics?
You, if you are equal to me,
So if I said you are the only one,
well, then we will have to define it well. Because if you are a mathematician, then you will have to say, including me, I am the.
if I don't include myself and I say you are the only true mathematician, can I be a mathematician?
Talking to the Father.
Listen, I'm talking about mathematics now. If I said to you, you are the only true professor of mathematics, can anyone else be professor of mathematics?
Unless you have, unless you are in agreement that you are equal to me in mathematics. Can we really say, it's a humble way of saying, we are the only.
I'm sorry.
Father and the Son is
Listen,
the only.
If somebody makes...
My question, I'm someone that's new, and I'm presuming I'm your target audience, right? Explain to me why the Trinity is true. And can I ask you to do the same?
No, we didn't create. See, I'm not talking with the language of Trinity. I'm talking from the language of the Bible. Okay? Trinity is a concept developed in 4th century or something. And Christians have, and then they use it as a logical form.
So you don't believe in the Trinity, is that correct?
No, again, you're using the same language. I talk in language
Okay, you
that
don't
gives.
believe there's a Trinity, you believe there's something else, something external, right?
Jesus is the Son of God.
According to your belief, yeah.
according to Jesus called God his Father. So he's the Son of
But he
God.
also said, do not worship me, worship thy Father, no?
Why did he say?
He said, when people would pray to Jesus, he said, do not worship me, worship thy Father, no?
Where did he say that? Yeah, we do worship God. We do worship the Father.
Did Jesus say there are many
That's
things
true.
for me
I
to
mean,
say
we
unto you,
should
but he, the Spirit of truth, shall come and bear all to you? Didn't Jesus say there are many things for me to say unto you, for he, the Spirit of truth, shall come and reveal all?
Yeah.
How about I finish the conversation with the gentleman and you can converse with him? Thank you.
Go. I just want to just
No, why do you even start a conversation when you have to go? It's not fair, is it? So now,
You're a gentleman.
so
I like the way
no,
you talk,
listen.
You know, I really appreciate
When I say you are
appreciating your
the,
gentleman.
thank you, and I appreciate you too. When I say you are the only true professor of mathematics, can there be anyone else who is a professor of mathematics? The language excludes it.
If you're not a mathematician, it may be false.
Now, I'm not talking about mathematician. I'm talking about a professor.
You used your statement. See, that's what I'm saying. So you have to make a contrast.
I mean,
with
I'm only speaking in
So
English.
you're
And in
contrasting
English
with
language,
mathematician.
no.
You're
I'm saying
contrasting-
you are a professor of mathematics.
So the contrast is between me and mathematicians, right? So if you
I am saying
listen-
professor. There are no other professors. You are the only one. That's what I mean. If you
So
are,
the contrast is between me and other human beings. I am the only human being who knows who I'm a professor, they're not.
so when I make a
So you have to
statement like
contrast.
that,
It's a contrast.
so when I make a statement like that, you are the only true professor of mathematics. Can there be anyone else?
I know what you're trying to, what you wanted to say is that Jesus said,
You are the only true God.
only one God and nobody else. That's what,
When he says only true God,
only true God.
can there be any other true God besides him?
He's contrasting it with the pantheon of gods.
Everyone, everything.
No.
So only doesn't mean only. So only doesn't mean only.
It means only. But
Why does it include him?
Because he's not included in
Maybe it includes you as well.
He's not
Hang on,
included.
hang on. Maybe it includes you too.
Because he's not included in the pantheon.
Maybe it includes Zeus and Apollo and Diana as well. Yeah. Tell me why. Tell me why it excludes Apollo, Apollo
Now
and
why
Diana.
Jesus is not included?
Not included.
Listen, Jesus called God his Father. He said, I am the Son of God. He said, the Father and I are one.
One what?
And he are one.
One what?
It's the unity.
No, one what?
What do you mean one?
Yeah, exactly. One what?
Whatever, Jesus said it.
No,
You
one
ask
what?
him- You ask him.
No, no. Are you saying it's a
When you
meaningless
come to-
statement?
Well, it could be a mystery. Because
It's not a mystery. It's quite clear. He clarified it.
No.
Did he not clarify what he meant later?
You can't know the Son without
Did he clarify what he meant by this
You
oneness
know the
later?
language here. You cannot know the Son.
Did you not hear his clarification later in the same Gospel of John?
I told you, when Jesus said you're the only true God,
It doesn't mean
he's
that.
not including himself.
Yeah, it doesn't mean no, he's the only true God. Someone
That's
else can be
our
only true God.
disagreement. We disagree.
Yeah, so now I understand from English language, according to your English language, that it doesn't mean only true God.
Yeah, you're not understanding.
It doesn't mean only true God.
It was a contrast between God the Father.
If this is your best form of reconciliation, no, I'm saying if this is your best form of reconciliation, you failed.
I'm not reconciling.
You just failed in
Jesus
reconciliation.
said, I am the truth. So he's not excluded when it comes to what is true.
Did he say he is the only truth?
He said, I'm the truth.
Did he say he's the only truth?
Well, if
There can be
Father
many
is the-
truths.
If Father is the only truth, how can he be the truth?
Where did the Father is the only truth? Where did the Father say he's the only
Only true
truth?
God.
No, truth.
So Jesus,
You are conflating with the term only true God with truth, way of life.
you got
It's
it.
very difficult. You've learned to debate, but you didn't learn to debate properly. Jesus
what?
didn't say, I am the only true God, did he?
You're just repeating the same thing.
I'm not repeating the same
I
thing.
told you, it's a contrast between the Father and the pantheon of God.
Okay.
It's not the contrast between
Listen.
Jesus and the Father.
Can God create another God like him?
It is not the contrast between
Are you listening?
Jesus and the Father.
Can God create another God like him in your belief?
What?
In your belief, can God create another God like him?
What do you mean God creates God? That's self-contradictory.
Exactly. So now you have one God, from that comes another God.
He's not creating his God out of God. God can do that.
Okay, so it comes out means what? So how many gods